Hi everyone, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you're new here, my name is Stephanie and I cover oily skin, hooded eyes, and beauty. Welcome to my setting spray wars finale. If you have missed this entire series, I will link all of the videos down below for you. Now to catch you guys up, I have tested out 8 drugstore setting sprays for your oily skin, and I've tested them with liquid foundation and powder foundation. While testing out these setting sprays, I did use my trusty base makeup, and for my primer, I used my L'Oreal Infallible Matte Lock Mattifying Primer. My liquid foundation, I used my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. For my loose powder foundation, I used my L'Oreal True Match Mineral Foundation. And for concealer, Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. And then for my loose setting powder, I used my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Setting Powder. So I have rated the setting sprays as best and worst, and I do have some that are just okay. And of course, I'm gonna let you know my reasons why. But before we get into the ratings, I do wanna let you know that my rating is based on how well the setting spray performs with liquid foundation and powder foundation after the 10-hour wear for my oily skin. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with the ones that I rated the worst. And there's actually only one, and I really hate the fact that I rated it the worst because I really did like it and it would have made the best rating. But anyway, let's go ahead and just get started. The one that I rated the worst is the e.l.f. Matte Magic Mist and Set setting spray. First, let's talk about the good things about this setting spray because it really does have some good qualities, like the fact that it does emulsify your setting powder, and you guys know that I love to bake, so I use so much powder and it emulsifies all of that. It also mattifies your makeup. It doesn't lift your foundation. It doesn't leave any white spots. It leaves your makeup looking so good. Now, after the 10-hour wear test with the liquid foundation, I noticed that it controlled all of my oils. Very little came through, and I did have my usual creasing, like in my smile lines and between my lip and my chin, but really that is it. It looked so beautiful. Now, the powder foundation, it definitely emulsified all of that powder. It made it look like a liquid foundation, but it didn't mattify my makeup. But I honestly wasn't mad because it looked like a natural glow, so I was okay with it. It didn't lift my foundation, didn't leave any white dots. Again, gorgeous. Now let's talk about the bad qualities, like the nozzle. It's not that great. It's a really intense spray and it feels like you are being punched in the face with water. But the main reason why I rated this as the worst setting spray is because it smells horrible. It smells like mildew. You can spray it out in the air. It doesn't smell like anything, but once that liquid touches your skin, it does not smell good. And I did my research. Many people have noticed a strong scent. They didn't say mildew, but that's definitely what I smell. And I have the worst sense of smell. So if I'm bothered by it, I don't even want to know how it's going to be for people who are sensitive to fragrances. All right, now let's go ahead and get into the ones that I rated as just okay. And this is in no particular order. The following setting sprays are rated as just okay because they only did great with my liquid foundation and not so much with my powder foundation. So let's get into the first one, and that's gonna be the NYX Matte Finish Long Lasting Setting Spray. So there are some good things about this setting spray, like the fact that it doesn't have a fragrance. It does emulsify your setting powder, and not only does it mattify your makeup, but it also smooths it out. I'm not exactly sure the science behind smoothing out with just a setting spray, but it does it, and it doesn't lift any foundation, and it doesn't leave any white dots. At the end of the 10-hour wear test with my liquid foundation, I had very little oil come through, and I had my usual creasing in my smile lines and in between my lip and my chin, but other than that, my makeup still looked so beautiful. Now with the loose powder foundation. In the beginning, my makeup looked really good. It emulsified my powder, making it look like a liquid foundation. There was no lifting, there were no white dots, and my makeup actually looked smooth. But at the end of the 10-hour wear test, I had way more oils come through. I had way more creasing than usual, and I also had some caking. It just didn't really work out with the powder foundation, but great for the liquid. This also has a really bad nozzle. The spray is super intense, and those droplets are really heavy. The next one rated as just okay is gonna be the Rimmel Stay Matte Fix and Go Setting Spray. Let's go over the good things about this setting spray, like the fact that the nozzle isn't terrible. It's also not great, but it's okay. It also smells really good, and the scent does not linger. This emulsifies your setting powder, and it definitely mattifies the crap out of your makeup. It doesn't lift your foundation, and it doesn't leave any white dots. Now at the end of the 10-hour wear test with my liquid foundation, little oil came through. I had my usual creasing in my smile lines and in between my lip and my chin, But other than that, my makeup looked absolutely gorgeous. Now with the loose powder foundation, it definitely emulsified all of that powder. It didn't mattify my makeup, but it's okay. It kind of made it look glowy, which was really nice. And it didn't leave any white dots. I will mention that it did kind of lift just a little bit of my foundation up whenever I did use my sponge to kind of press the liquid into my foundation. So if you don't do that, you just spray your face and let it air dry, you're gonna be absolutely fine. So that was just something that I had to learn about this setting spray. Now the bad qualities about this setting spray is at the end of the 10-hour wear test with my powder foundation, I definitely had way more oils, creasing, and caking than usual. And this also burned my eyes. I normally close my eyes whenever I'm spraying my face with a setting spray, but this tends to linger just a little bit longer. So whenever I open my eyes burned every single time I use this. So just beware. Now this next one came to me as a shock when I had to rate it as just okay, because this brand has won every single one of my oily skin wars. It just didn't make the cut as a best setting spray. So this next one is gonna be the Maybelline Lasting Fix Makeup Setting Spray. Now, before we get into the reasons why I rated this as just okay, let's go ahead and go over the good qualities about this setting spray, like the fact that it doesn't have a fragrance, it does emulsify all of your setting powder, and it will mattify the crap out of your makeup and just kind of smooth everything out. Now, this isn't a bad thing, but I did wanna let you guys know that the best way to apply this setting spray is to spray your sponge first and then press the sponge into your makeup. If you go ahead and just spray your face directly from the setting spray, it will drench your makeup and just kind of ruin it because the nozzle is very narrow and those spritz are super, super heavy. It is just going to drench your face. Now at the end of the 10-hour wear test with my liquid foundation, I noticed that little oil came through, but I was mostly still matte, and I had my usual creasing like in my smile lines and between my lip and my chin, but honestly, my makeup still looked so, so good. Now with the loose powder foundation, it definitely emulsified everything and mattified the crap out of my makeup. While all of that sounded great, there are still bad qualities about the setting spray, like the fact that it does leave white spots on your chin upon application with your liquid foundation. It does go away whenever your oils come through, but they're still there, you know, upon application, so that's a thing. And then after the 10-hour wear test with the loose powder foundation, I just noticed way more oils, creasing, caking than usual. And then, like I said earlier, this nozzle just isn't the best. It's definitely very narrow with heavy, heavy droplets. Now let's get into the best rated setting sprays. And just as a reminder, there is no particular order. So this next one definitely did not surprise me because I absolutely love all of their products. And this next one is gonna be the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Spray and Set Makeup Extender. So what makes this one of the best rated setting sprays is the fact that it smells so, so good. I think that it smells like skincare and I absolutely love it. Now the nozzle is actually really, really nice. It has a wide range, so it actually gets all over the face. And the spritz is kind of nice. It's not harsh or anything. It's very, very soft. It also emulsifies your setting powder and it mattifies the crap out of your makeup, makes it super smooth and no white dots. And at the end of the 10-hour wear test with my liquid foundation, it didn't even look like my makeup had moved. It looked just as fresh as it did whenever I first applied it. There were no oils, there were no creasing, cracking, caking, nothing. It looked absolutely gorgeous. The exact same thing happened with my loose powder foundation. It emulsified everything, it mattified, no white dots, and at the end of the 10-hour wear test, you couldn't even tell that I wore it for 10 hours. It just didn't move, nothing came through, like my oils, no creasing, no cracking. Beautiful, perfect. Now this isn't a bad thing, but I definitely noticed that my loose powder foundation was lifted just a little bit, like in some areas, only because I do use a beauty blender to kind of press the setting spray into my face, but you couldn't really see it unless you were super close to me. And honestly, you won't have this problem at all if you don't use a beauty blender to press the setting spray into your skin. So I just wanted to let you guys know. Now, I don't own many Milani products, but this setting spray definitely has me wanting to purchase a whole lot more. So this next one is gonna be the Milani Make It Last Original Natural Setting Spray. So the good things about this setting spray is the fact that it smells so, so good. I don't know what it smells like, but it smells good. And the nozzle is not bad at all. It's very soft, it's not intense. I really do like it. And it also emulsifies all of your setting powder, mattifies the crap out of your skin. It doesn't lift any foundation and it doesn't leave any white dots. Now at the end of the 10-hour wear test with my liquid foundation, little oil peeked through, but it kind of peeked through evenly. So it gave me this really natural glowy look and it just looked so beautiful. I also had the same results with the loose powder foundation. It emulsified everything, mattified, didn't lift any foundation, didn't leave any white dots. And at the end of the 10-hour wear test, little oil peeked through, but again, it looked glowy and just so beautiful. And I also paired this with the Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation. Glowy, beautiful. It's the perfect duo for oily skin. As for the bad qualities, there are none. Literally none. Now this next one was not a surprise to me because I absolutely love their products and this line, and it's the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Matte Finish Setting Spray. Now the good things about this setting spray is the fact that it smells so good. I don't know what it smells like, but it smells really fresh, and it has a nice nozzle. It is very wide and just so soft, nothing harsh about it at all. So it does emulsify your setting powder and it mattifies the crap out of your makeup. I even had to reapply my highlighter at times because it mattified that much. Another good thing is that it does smooth out my makeup. It doesn't lift any foundation and it does not leave any white dots. And at the end of the 10-hour wear test with my liquid foundation, I had very little oil come through. I had my usual creasing and my smile lines in between my lip and my chin. And honestly, my makeup just still looked super fresh. I had the same results with my loose powder foundation. It emulsified the powder, mattified the crap out of my makeup to where I had to re-highlight again. It just smoothed everything out. No foundation had been lifted, no white dots, and at the end of the 10-hour wear test, my makeup just looked still super fresh with little oil coming through and my usual creasing that I have. This also pairs beautifully with the Photo Focus foundation and the setting powder. As far as the bad qualities go, this fragrance definitely lingers, so just beware. For this last one, you guys actually recommended this to me and I am so mad at myself for not trying this sooner. This next one is gonna be the Flower Seal the Deal Lasting Setting Spray Matte Finish. So let's go over the good things about this setting spray, and that's the fact that it smells so good. It smells like fresh laundry. I absolutely love it. Now, when it comes to the nozzle, it actually makes you feel like you're at a spa. It is so soft and it's just super wide, so it gets all over your face. It just feels so good and luxurious. Not only does this make you feel like you're putting on skincare, but it also emulsifies your setting powder. It mattifies the crap out of your skin, and it just makes everything look so smooth and velvety. It doesn't lift your foundation. It doesn't leave any white dots. And at the end of the day, you look just as fresh as you did when you very first put on your makeup. It looks so good and still so matte and velvety still. I don't understand how, but it just still looks and feels velvety. So I had the exact same results with my loose powder foundation. It emulsified and mattified my makeup, and it also made it look super smooth and velvety. And after the 10-hour wear test, the exact same thing. It looked super fresh. It looked like I wasn't even wearing my makeup for 10 hours. I did have just a little bit of creasing, but other than that, my makeup looked so good. So the only bad quality with this setting spray is the fact that that laundry scent is a little bit too strong and it does linger, but that's it. All right, guys, so those are the 8 drugstore setting sprays that I have reviewed and rated for your oily skin. Now, the ones that I have rated as the worst setting sprays, I obviously don't recommend, and the ones that I rated as just okay, I do still recommend. You can definitely try them out, see if they're for you, but the ones that I rated as the best, I recommend go try them out. They are amazing. All right, guys, that's gonna be the end of this series. I had so much fun testing out all of these products, and I love the fact that you guys love my oily skin wars series. I cannot wait for the next one. Definitely let me know down in the comments, what do you guys want to see next when it comes to my oily skin series? And if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe for more content. Thanks. Bye.